This is Fred Beck from Fred Beck Fighting. Today I'm very lucky, joined by Ben Mulligan and Wayne Smith. So we'll start with you, Wayne. You're in the hotel, the Fire Hotel down in London.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Is it a nice hotel?
Yeah, it's a lovely hotel, Lovely, really nice.
What's the difference, Ben, what's the difference between, I guess you guys are based up in Manchester. What are the main differences between Manchester and London?
As a city or in boxing terms?
Both.
Well, obviously, it's a lot bigger, innit? It's the capital, so it's a lot bigger. But I think with boxing, like us up north, everyone, like, when you come down here, they think like that we're sort of bit behind them, and that they're a bit ahead of us, you know what I mean? But stats show that we're not, ours. So, we've got fighters in up north, Manchester, that are as good as any fighters down here, if not better. So I don't think there's any difference. Obviously, it's just there's probably more gyms down here. Obviously, it's a bigger city, and more fighters. But boxing's thriving all over the country, innit? So yeah.
Yeah, it's very true. Boxing is everywhere. Obviously, you're up in the Liverpool gym, and then you got Pat Barrett's gym in Manchester, and you got a plethora of gyms down here in London. So you guys are in a kind of team after. I mean, I wasn't gonna go to the press conference today because I had college, and I'll miss the weigh-in tomorrow, but I will be there fight night. If we just talk about the fight, Lyndon after Yarde, I spoke to Pat Barrett. It was a couple of days ago back on Zoom, and he says he hasn't really changed much in kind of approach and training. How do you think Pat's made many changes to Lyndon at all, or has he kind of kept it kind of the same? We'll start with you, Wayne.
Well, it's the same basically. He's prepared for anything. He's just going to be the best version of him. We don't worry about what they're bringing to the table, what they do. I think that's the worst thing that any team can do. It's about being the best version of yourself. Getting your mind right, getting you physically, but most of all mentally, being the best version of you. And once that's right, everything else will fall into place. The worst thing I think you can do is worry about what they're bringing to the table. That's what I think.
Yeah, certainly. In your boxing career, Ben, did you ever have any rematches?
I didn't know. No, I did as an amateur, but no, not as a professional. Like I say, I was just at the point now. I was just at the fringe point before I was forced to retire, getting onto that level to be fighting, for smaller titles to build my way up. But unfortunately, I just got past my apprenticeship, my apprenticeship stage. So, like I say, I wasn't at that level where I was having them 50-50s. But no, as an amateur, though, yeah. But obviously, the reason you're asking that question, like Wayne just said there, it's a rematch. And in terms of fighters, changing things, especially Lyndon, like what Wayne said, it's not about changing anything. It's just about being the best version of himself. The best version of himself beats him again.
And does it surprise you at all, Ben, that Lyndon's an underdog in this fight, even in the rematch when he won the first one?
Well, you got to look at the Yarde. He's very marketable, and even people who don't know boxing know Anthony Yarde. Just for the, he's a poster boy, isn't he? Personally, I think he's a nice guy. I've spoken to him. He's given loads of respect. He's a nice guy. You know what I mean? I wish him all the best. But I just don't think. I don't think he can beat Lyndon. I don't think he's can change that much within the last 12 months. Your neurosenses in your head will revert back to what you do. So regardless of who he brings in, it's only going to change, and it's just going to go back to what he does, and what he does cannot beat Lyndon Arthur. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's a puncher, and obviously, anyone, if you switch off, you can get punched and get hit. Anyone can get knocked out. We know that, but he has got the power, but it's finding that shot. And Lyndon Arthur doesn't switch off. Lyndon Arthur's got the jab. He beat him with one hand last time. He's got two hands. He's fit. He's mentally stronger as well. He's a year maturer. So I can't see personally what, they brought James Cook in. I can't see them changing much, because you can't change that much within in 12 months. You know, it's like anything you do. You're at uni, you go to uni. It takes you 4 or 5 years to be a doctor, solicitor, or whatever you want to be. Within 12 months, you're just starting off. It's like when you first start boxing, within 12 months, you're only a novice. You're still just a novice within 12 months, 2 years. You're in the under 20s, 3 years. You know, you don't get to an elite boxer in the amateurs until it's like 4 or 5 years down the line. So I could be wrong, but this is my opinion. I can't see him changing that much. So we're just waiting for Saturday night. All we know is that we've done everything that's asked for us. Lyndon is fully fit, ready to go, and he's mentally stronger. So we're just waiting for Saturday night, looking forward to it.
Yeah, certainly it's going to be a good fight. I remember Pat Barrett saying kind of Caesar fight is kind of a ball in the matador, obviously anti-Yarde being the ball. Do you see it kind of like that, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we know that Yarde, the way he wants to, you know, he says it all the time, that he's a knockout artist, and he doesn't want the fight to, any fight he's in, he don't want it to go on points. He wants to win by knockout. So I think that's what he's going to bring to the table on Saturday. And, you know, he said today in a press conference, he seen what he done in the last couple of rounds when he like put his foot on the gas. But as Wayne just said, then it's all right saying, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna knock someone out and you're gonna jump all over him, but it's not as easy as that. You know what Lyndon does. It's not just the punching. What's effective from Lyndon, it's the movement and the way that he'll neutralise him, like he did in the last fight. So it's easier said than done. Plus, you know, he's got 2 hands and he runs at Lyndon in a straight line, and he's gonna get hit himself. So, you know, what about, you know, that it's all right saying Yarde is this big puncher, he's going to jump in him, but what about Lyndon can knock him out as well? So I do believe that he's going to apply more pressure, but that's the only way he can win the fight, innit? He can't outbox him. So yeah, I would definitely, he is the bull, but like we know Lyndon's a very smart, clever fighter, so we've got every angle covered.
Yeah, certainly. I remember Pat Barrett was saying the ball in the matador, and it was quite interesting what kind of Lyndon was saying. He expects Yarde to kind of rush at him right from the start and kind of try and get him out of there. Do you see Yarde doing that, Wayne?
Personally, no, I really don't. I really think they think that we're going to think that he's going to come on strong for the first few rounds. I can't see him coming on. I think he's going to try and box, be smart, and then try and put it on him within the 4, 5, 6 rounds. He can't put it on him for all that time anyway, because he's too muscle bound. So, you know, it's like, as I said before, it's Lyndon is a very, very clever fighter. Lyndon represented his country. Lyndon went to 2 ABA national finals. He fought in the WSB. People forget that. To fight on that GB team, you've got to be something special. People forget all that. Anthony Yarde's building up fight. He looks the part. As I said before, he's very marketable. You know, he's a promoter's dream. He's got, you know, the body on him. He's a good-looking guy. You know, so what can he fight as good as he looks? We'll see Saturday night. He couldn't do it last time. He couldn't do it last time when he was massive favourite. So we'll see Saturday night. As I said, you can't underestimate anybody, regardless what weight, of being knocked out. Anyone can be knocked out, but I'd say it's fine in that point. Finding your way in. And mentally in his head, he's been beat by Lyndon. So he's been in the ring. He's done 12 rounds with Lyndon. So he knows how hard it is to get to him, to hit him, to land that shot. He knows. And that last round, yeah, to go for it. He had to go for the last round because he knew he was behind on points. You know, so he did have to go for it to try and knock him out. And he threw everything at him. But did he knock him out? No.
And Lyndon, he's had that fight against the Italian back in, I believe it was July or June, and he went, 8 rounds, 9 rounds, and Yarde's only had the 1 round since. And I remember last time I looked on BoxRec, and I remember when I was watching the first fight, the judge, Ian John Lewis, gave, I think, a Yarde winning by about 6 or 7 rounds. Do the judges' scoring concern you at all, Ben?
Yeah, they do actually a little bit, yeah, because like you say, you know, we're coming here again, we've had to come down here again when really we're the A side. You know, they should have been coming up to us. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's, you know, it's politics, it's business. I do believe that obviously if the fight's, you know, if we're going to win the fight on points, then it does need to be wide, which I believe it can be. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought it was the last time. I thought Lyndon won 8 rounds out of the 12 comfortably with one hand. But yeah, I do think, you know, we've seen it like recently that there is some, you know, some of the scorecards are bad. So yeah, I do think that it is a worry. But you know, the way boxing is today, it's always a worry, isn't it? You know, like how many decisions have we seen recently where people have
not recently in the whole time of
the
boxing.
whole time of boxing, yeah. So yeah, and I do think, you know, like was, you know, Yarde's front one is golden boy, innit? And we know it works with these big promoters. You know, they want, they're on side with each promoter, so they want Yarde to win, don't they? Which, you know, but I just believe Lyndon's got every angle covered, and I believe that he can't just beat him on points this time. He can knock him out. He can stop him.
Obviously, he does have his right hand this time. I mean, the first fight, obviously, he had hurt his right hand, but the right hands he threw, they were quite significant. You know, you definitely knew when Lyndon landed. And do you believe stoppage on the cards for Lyndon if he is going to win, Wayne?
Well, yeah, as I said before, anyone can be knocked out. Anyone can knock it, you know, so Lyndon can knock anyone out. You know, how many has he knocked out in his record? So yeah, he is a puncher, but he's a master boxer. So, as I say, whatever, we're prepared for 12 rounds. We'll go 12 rounds. If we get the knockout, we get the knockout. But no matter what, we're going to win. Everything's covered. Lyndon's on weight now. He's been looking great. He's relaxing. He's looking forward to Saturday night business.
Yeah, certainly. I'm sure we all are. And obviously, Lyndon's only got a couple of questions left. I don't take too much of time, but obviously, Lyndon's ranked number 1 in the WBO now. Do you believe the world title shot will be next after kind of Joe Smith Jr. and Callum Johnson have had it out? Ben?
Yeah, Frank Warren said it today in the press conference today. So he's the promoter. He said the winner of this fight fights the winner of Callum Johnson and Joe Smith. So yeah, if he sticks to his word and the fights, if the WBO are going to make that fight, then yeah, that fight will happen.
Who do you guys pick in that Callum Johnson fight? Who do you think comes out on top against Joe Smith Jr.? Oh, Wayne.
Me personally, I think Callum Johnson. But I can't understand how Callum Johnson's in there already, to tell you the God's honest truth. But that's not my concern. I'm not really interested in that. One fight, step by step. We'll see what goes Saturday night, and then we'll think about what happens after that. I'm not looking up further than Saturday night. We'll just see what happens after that. All eyes, all focus Saturday night.
Yeah, of course. And Ben, do you believe that Callum Johnson can get it done? Obviously, I don't think it will go to a decision. It's quite a good stylistic matchup. But do you think Callum Johnson can get it done over Joe Smith Jr., Ben?
Do you know what? I can't really call it. I've watched bits of this Joe Smith's, especially since the talks, obviously, like the future opponent with Lyndon. And obviously, I've seen Callum Johnson, but I can't really call it. But I think it'd be better. I'd like Callum in the fight. Obviously, he's British. It makes another good another domestic fight for a world title as well. So it makes sense. It'd be better, wouldn't it? So hopefully Callum Johnson does the business, and then Lyndon fights Johnson for the world title.
Yeah, the fight will be a lot easier to make, I guess, if Callum Johnson wins. Obviously, both on the Frank Warren banner. And when I spoke to you last time, when one of your fighters, I believe it's Marcel Brathwaite, I think that's how you say his surname. You said he was going to be fighting for the British title. Did anything happen on that at all?
No, we're just waiting. Just waiting to hear. Hopefully, he'll be in the circle this month. Circle to fight for the British. Cassim Academy and Izzy Ahmed was posed to fight for it. They're both one-on fighters. They was supposed to fight for it. Have a rematch. Cassim broke his hand, so just the belt's still vacant. So hopefully he'll be in this month's circle, and Marcel's ready to go for that. But he's boxing next week on the 11th on our Black Flash show. So he's boxing then just for a run out. We'll see what happens after that.
Okay, certainly. And Ben, you got anything else coming up in the next few months? Anything on the menu?
Yeah, it's Alpha Palace boxing. Well, we've got Pat show, Lyndon fight Saturday. Then we've got a Black Flash show the following week, what Marcel's on. That's a big show, Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. Massive show. And then Alpha boxes the week after that, the 18th, on the Zone show, World Title Eliminator. So it's busy. Everyone's busy. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's nice. After that long lockdown, it's nice that the fighters are staying busy. But thanks for your time. I'll be there Saturday as media, so hopefully we'll catch up after the fight. But we'll start with Ben. Where can people find you on social media, at Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, on the B Mulligan box on the Instagram. With the Twitter, I don't really use it. I think it's the same B Mulligan box, but Instagram B Mulligan box.
Sounds good. I'll put that link in the description. And Wayne, your Instagram?
Wayne B. Smith, Instagram. New Golden Gloves.
Awesome.
The same on Facebook and the same on Twitter.
Awesome. I'll put both of those links in the description. I'm sure we'll catch up on Saturday after the fight. But thanks both for your time. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Oh, good, man.
Thanks very much.
Pleasure.